So Boost is an extension. So it will show up, it looks like this. It can be moved around if it's in the way, but it will show up on any page that it can be used. So that might be a Google slide, in this case, a Google Doc. It could be a YouTube channel or a website. So what's nice about it and what's different than with Gemini or ChatGPT is you don't have to go out into ChatGPT, copy and paste and put things kind of back in. Even though I know that Chat GPT is getting better at that, but this is built right in. So what I want to talk about today are these Boost activities. Because we have the premium level of Boost, we have Boost student activities that are available. So when you click them, you can see like a whole bunch of options. These will be seen on the student side, but you create like what they're doing. So it could be a tutor. So you could have some resources for them, and the AI chatbot will tutor them. Um, this is all the engaging ones. The assessment ones, this pulse check one, I'm going to show you in a minute. It's fantastic. And then the exit ticket, also good, but kind of like a check for understanding at the end. And the writing coach. So Mr. Evans is using this right now, and he says it's pretty good. He's having a lot of success. So this is AI chatbot that sits right in the document where the student is writing, and you can turn it on and off, and you can say, please read it. Am I weak here or there? You can upload the rubric so that the chatbot really can understand where you want to go with it. You can also attach it to our state standards. What I'm hoping to show you today are two things. First of all, what the pulse check looks like, podcast, so that students can listen and engage with material that way. In order to see my recent Boost activities, you click this little red, looks like a backpack, I guess, right here. So these are your in-progress activities for your Boost with students. Okay, so that's how it's different from regular Brisk. I'm going to click my podcasts. So what I did here was I went into the American government textbook. That's an e-textbook. So I grabbed that text and I put it into Brisk, and I asked for Brisk to make it a podcast. So again, I uploaded the information, and this is what Brisk created for students to use. So it's a 4-minute podcast with two people discussing the content of this chapter. So they get into the content here, even though it's kind of whimsy and conversational. They're discussing here the separation of powers and the different branches and why that's important. Um, and again, you're listening, you're interacting, it's conversational. Perhaps for certain learners, this has more sticking power. They might remember it a bit better. So from here, after students listen to the podcast with that chapter's information, I created what's called the pulse check, which, as you can see right here, this is a pulse check with Brisk Boost. So this is the source, which is the podcast. So the teacher can see all interaction with this chatbot. So let's take a look at this in progress. So the entire chat can be downloaded for the teacher. These are the learning objectives that the AI got right from the textbook. And this can be listened to as well, but the AI chatbot is saying, I'm here to help you review some concepts from this chapter, and it asks some questions. So the balance of power, you're right on track, but can you be more specific? And then laissez-faire, which has nothing to do with anything. It corrects the student and then gets back on track, keeps asking questions to make sure that the student understood the content. What's nice is when the student's working on this, that podcast is on the side, so that student can refer to that or listen to it again. Just to test, I put in something that's a little maybe not appropriate for school. So the AI chatbot kind of got it and redirected. So the teacher can look at what that chatbot is assessing and can also say when the student hits the mark, right? So that would be two different colors here. So if you think about it this way, you assign the chapter to be read, the student reads the chapter. You, with a few clicks, create a podcast that a student will listen to. Now they're getting the same information, but in a different way. And then you add the pulse check on it, and that checks the progress and the understanding of the student. What's great is that this is not a heavy lift for teachers, and you get all of the dialogue and all of the data, so it's just another way to reinforce without adding a lot to the teacher's plate. It delivers this information in a new way, so that benefits students as well.